Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from RealityArtPod here to talk about Week three's Wednesday Power of Veto episode of Big Brother 27. Last time on Big Brother, the Nolan twins visited and did a little skit, and when Lauren won HOH, she faced her biggest nightmare, making a decision, leading to her making weenie nominations, Will, Kelly, and Keanu. Before I dive in, links in the description to my playlist to catch up on my recaps. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. You can also use my link to try Paramount Plus for free. But let's dive into it. We pick back up after Lauren's nominations. She sounds miserable talking about it in the diary room. Keanu is ready to save himself again. Kelly hopes volunteering will garner some good favor with Lauren, and Will says Lauren made a weak-ass move, and all these young kids are playing summer camp. Some of the girls assure Will that he'll be safe this week, but he knows he's on the block because he's not close to the other half of the house. He says his whole situation is effed. Jimmy feels good with both sides of the house. He's in triple threat with Morgan and Mickey, and he has a thing on the side with Lauren and Catherine. He supports Lauren's decisions. Lauren apologizes to Will, but all Will hears is blah blah blah. He's gonna put her ass on the block and calls her fake. On a lighter note, Ava gives her takes on who she'd date if she was single. She has Goldilocks syndrome, Zach's too clean, Adrian's too calm, but Rachel's just right. She'd hit it with her final two. Kelly tells Lauren that she looks like Charlie XCX because she's wearing a green bandana, and she thanks Lauren for nominating her. Kelly's having so much fun nominating herself over and over, and feels like Lauren owes her big time for this. We're back to the saga of Rachel, Jimmy, and Rachel's ugly shirt. Rachel is still insisting that her shirt is cute. She puts it on and Jimmy laughs in her face. I hope this ugly shirt is a segment every week. Will meets with his niecey, who he loves, Ashley, and Mickey. They think Ashley might be the replacement nominee if the veto's used, because Ashley's been on the block before, but they don't want that to happen. Keanu asks Adrian if he'll play to help take Keanu off the block, and Adrian pretty much rejects him. Keanu gives us a "you gotta be kidding me" look to the camera. Elsewhere, house guests clown on Ashley for not knowing who Clark Kent is. She says sorry to that man. I honestly don't think it's crazy for her not to know that. Zach is in an accidental love triangle. His friend Morgan has a crush on him, but he just laughs hysterically at her when she flirts with him. But he's really feeling Lauren, as they flirt about drinks and ham it up, but Lauren allegedly doesn't want a showmance and just wants to play the game. We'll see about that, but that's also boring, which is on brand. The guys egg on Zach. Not shown is Riley making a lot of weird comments while egging Zach on. Vince tells Kelly that he'll win the veto and take her off the block, but he has way too many final twos. He pretty much has the same conversation with Keanu, and he tells Lauren that he'll win it and not use it, so he's made too many promises and hopes he doesn't even get picked for the veto, so you know he's about to be picked. So they go to pick players, where of course Vince's chip is drawn, and Will gets house guest choice and chooses his niecey Ashley. Ashley commits to Will that if she wins, she's taking him off that block. Meanwhile, Vince continues to reinforce his three promises and make his own life harder. House guests get to watch the trailer for Bad Guys 2. Why are they always promoting children's movies? Rachel does a good job pretending that she likes Bad Guys 1, which I watched too, and the title was my review. It was Bad Guys. So they head to the veto comp, where they need to help the bad guys steal the MacGuffin nut crystal from the basement of the hotel. They need to navigate a laser maze to get the MacGuffin nut and get back to the starting point. If they trigger a laser, they have to start over. The player with the fastest time will win the power of veto. Getting to the crystal, they can pretty much go under the lasers, but the crystal is so big and cumbersome that it makes them actually have to go through the lasers, which I appreciate. Ashley does a serviceable job. She's jumping lasers like Lara Croft, but don't ask her who Lara Croft is. Vince is taking his sweet time to throw the challenge. Kelly has been downgraded to being just part of a montage. Will is out there doing his army crawl, but he's a burger boy, so his caked up yacht triggers the lasers and slows down his time. Keanu's got the dog in him. I like the way he slides on the floor. Kenny Ortega's got to get this guy in a movie musical. Lauren's got a background in dance, which helps her with the lasers, but the MacGuffin nut crystal is way bigger than her. Keanu dips it low, picks it up slow, works it all around, pokes it out, and lets his back roll. He pops that thing and shows us how to make the bad guys say, "Oh, Keanu." In the end, the top three are Vince, Lauren, and the winner of the POV, Twinkle Toes Keanu. He gives the veto a smooch.
A little kiss. I like that.
So Lauren has to name a replacement nominee, and Ashley and Adrian both feel they're at risk because they've both been nominated before. Vince is pushing Lauren to nominate Ashley because he was the one who nominated her and is trying to clean up his own mess. Vince has Lauren convinced that nominating Ashley is a good idea, but Rachel sees Vince and Lauren getting close, and she tells Lauren that she doesn't need to be taking advice from someone who's 33 years old and unemployed. While Rachel did eviscerate Vince, she thinks that she nailed this conversation, but Lauren says in confessional that Rachel's being rude about her friend, and Rachel's trying to control her HOH while also accusing Vinny of doing the same. Mr. Wolf pulls up and tells Keanu that he could bring 3 other house guests to join him to watch Bad Guys 2. He picks Jimmy, Rachel, and Ava, so they watch the movie, blah blah blah. Back to the game, Rachel, Mickey, and Ashley organize. They plan to put the pressure on Lauren, and not shown on the episode is how much work was put in to achieve this and how indecisive Lauren really was, but they show Mickey talking to Lauren, telling Lauren that she's going to be pissing off a whole side of the house if she puts up Ashley, which has Lauren shaking in her boots. So we get to the veto meeting, where Keanu obviously uses the veto on himself, and Lauren, without much explanation or conversation, nominates Adrian, and the meeting is adjourned. This meeting is supposed to be the ultimate ultimate end of a 90-minute episode, so it being so short, especially when Lauren was making such a big decision, is insane. Will calls this a boring move, which is true. Will also vows to win the BB blockbuster and turn the house upside down, which, while entertaining, seems unlikely. While this episode was pretty accurate to the timeline, like I said, they spent way too much time promoting Bad Guys 2 and not enough time highlighting the strategy of the week ahead of the veto meeting, and the fact that Lauren had other players, not just Vince, pressuring her to nominate Ashley, and that she went against her alliance to make this decision. But now we have Will, Adrian, and Kelly on the block, and the game is afoot. I think the ultimate end to Lauren's HOH reign would be her being forced to make a decision to break a tie live on TV, but I'll make a prediction for Thursday's show. While there's a lot of strategizing happening, I think Adrian will win the blockbuster, and Kelly will be evicted. But that's the least entertaining scenario. It would be fun if Kelly wins the blockbuster and we got a split vote. But let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode, Keanu's POV win, and Adrian going on the block, and what are your predictions for the Thursday show? If you liked the video, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be back tomorrow with more Big Brother. Until next time, you know where to find me. Bye.